Okay. Says we're live. Today is part of the Storyteller's Hearth Weekend Relay. So if you are wanting to get some extra productivity in, so during our chat breaks, there I've popped the productivity playlist for the stream. The weekend relay playlist is now pinned to the top of the chat. That's one of the first things I did. So, yeah, I've also taken down the stickies for my quarter one with some exceptions. Like I have a couple of ones that are sort of like more like year long ones in terms of things that I'm going to be continuing to try and strive for. I have taken down all of the others. I have put the ones that I finished in the bucket that's right here, just so I can keep those. The rest of them I have most of them I've put in the trash can. Some of them I've sort of set to the side to kind of like rethink how I want to do them so that they are more of that like one task a day or like one task at a time thing rather than a week thing. But anyway, yeah. So that is, Jenna says, good afternoon. Just finished a workshop, but off to finish your last sticky note, ordering new business cards, and quarter one is over. Excellent. That is amazing. I do still have a couple of things that I've set to the side that I want to finish this weekend, this week. But I am on track to finish the main thing that I wanted to get done this week, which was the editing section for this draft, so that in April I can do the next version, the next draft, and have it be, I think, I'll probably do like one other edit of it. So maybe in, what would that be? May. And then it will be ready to, I think ready to go in the trenches, but we'll see. Again, this is one that I haven't really like talked about a whole lot because I don't know. I mean, I've talked about it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know how much I can and cannot say for TradPub stuff. So I've been like trying to err on the side of caution. Like, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so I'm hoping that it will be in the trenches before the end of second quarter. I'm hoping. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. So Megan says, good afternoon. You've been writing since you woke up, so you're almost done with next week's post. You just need images. Nice. I need to check and see if I have scheduled April's daily prompt blog thingy. I think I did, but I have to double check. Okay, thank you for that reminder. Stephanie says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello. Welcome. And this is where Jenna was super excited to be on to your last sticky note. Excellent. The other thing I want to do, sort of just like for aesthetic purposes, my sticky notes never want to stick to this canvas up here. So I think what I'm going to do is probably glue on a magnet and then make a set of 4 number placards and then glue a magnet to the back of those so I can just like change them out. I think that's how I want to do it. But yeah, so Cool Gamer says, hey, hello. And Stephanie gives Jenna some applause. Yes, some well-deserved applause. Okay, the other thing is that I'm going to be working most of the productivity stuff, I think, today. Because I do have to sort of pencil in and decide how I want to do April in my Bujo. And then I think I have do I have next week set up in my pre-made planner? Sort of set up. I have it about halfway set up. So I need to finish that as well. and do sticky notes for next month. So today is going to be a productivity day, I think. And that's okay. Hannah says, hi, hello, welcome. Welcome. Okay, I did pull 3 cards just ahead of the stream, but I pulled them all from the Shadowscapes deck. So we're a single deck today. And the first card that we pulled is the 3 of Pentacles, which is a card of learning a skill and craft, artistry. Also learning from sort of like those who've gone before you, or a blueprint sort of thing. So possibly from an outline. I think I just made it go out of focus. But anyway, so yeah. So it's a card of focusing on your career in some ways, a creative career, which is good for us, right? Very good for us. It's also, 3s are always past, present, future type of things. So growth over time, not necessarily like a quick thing, but like definitely over time. Then we have Justice, which is a card of karma, balance, and of course, justice, fairness. I always think that like the Justice cards are always kind of fascinating to me because they often depict mythological things. So you have the scales and the feather that would weigh the heart, but also writing down your fate and whatnot, because they used to use quill pens and things. But so yeah, fun times. And then we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is kind of an interesting card because it's a card of sort of like possibly disappointment or disillusionment, but with a chance of renewal, sort of like from an unexpected source. The 4s are also cards of boundaries. So sort of like in conjunction with these other 2, like we're focusing on our career, our specifically creative career, which is great. However, we're going to need a little bit of balance in our life, because if we don't, we might burn out. We might get a little disillusioned, a little bored with sort of like doing the same thing over and over again. Also, I mentioned blueprint, outlining, but you have to have some sort of balance with that. Like if your characters are wanting to go another way, and you find yourself getting bored from sticking to the outline, just leave a little bit of room for flexibility. So there you go. That's your reading for today. Yeah. BA, hello, welcome. How are you? And trying to remember, when is your spring break? Is your spring break in April? I'm trying to remember. Most spring breaks here in Georgia are in April rather than in March for public schooling, I should say. For college, it's already happened. It's such a weird thing to like when the spring breaks are is very, very different. But yeah. Okay. So we've got our 3 cards. Again, I'm going to be doing productivity stuff, figuring out April and figuring out quarter 2, that kind of situations. But we also have a new timer from HK, which is really cute. It's a aesthetic bestseller timer. So I figured we'd start with that. But I'm going to scroll it down to 25 because we normally start with a slightly shorter one. Ooh, so close. Even closer. We'll just wind that one down. Okay. Yes, yours is April 12th through 14th. Really, only 3 days. Interesting. Is there a holiday? I'm trying to remember. Brain. Is there a public holiday there as well that would sort of Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, Easter, that's the Sunday before. Okay. Alrighty, brain. Okay, it's doing the weird weird thing about the, oh well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, yes, so Easter is 2 days before, or 3 days before BA's spring break. So some K-12 districts will make Easter time their spring break only if they are used to getting a lot of bad weather because of call-outs. Yeah. Well, and some districts are also sort of beholden to when state testing is. So yeah, you kind of have to go with a week that your state is not testing because, you know, almost Easter. It's almost time for your annual reread of Lamb. Nice. Okay. It's Lamb, the Gospel according to Biff, Christ's childhood pal. Right. Yes. Okay. Brain. We've done the cards. I've told you what I'm doing. Hopefully, if you feel like sharing what you were up to today, please feel free to share that in the chat. But we are ready for our first sprint. So one, save your document if you have already been working. If not, now's a great time to pull up any documents that you're going to be working on or gather the supplies that you need for whatever it is you're planning to do. Two, make sure that you have something to hydrate with and you go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. Or a gulp, however you want to do it. Three, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Four, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go, 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Let me collect my thoughts. I was looking for some more of the Camp Nano flair in terms of like banner as well as sort of like the square image. And I did that, so I have gone ahead and found a way to find the banner and then added that to the blog post for April. So if you need a prompt today in terms of like writing, journaling, reflecting on your editing process or drafting process, things for posting on social media, etc. Here are 30 prompts for camp. So yeah. So I got that edited a little bit, just sort of like adding the images and adjusting tags and things. Also got the main part of next week's to-do list down for the pre-made planner. So got that. And yeah. So that's that. So I think now I can move on to either penciling in the April calendar for the Bujo, or I can start doing sticky notes for the quarterly goals. I think I don't know. I might toss a dice or see what it is that I want to do. Let's see. Kat came in and said, "Heyo, just had a weekly phone call with your dad. He was supposed to go downstate for your niece's birthday, but dad and stepmom are sick, and stepsisters and her kids are all sick as well, and you are feeling better. I am so glad that you are feeling better, and I hope your family feels better soon. And also thank you to the moderators who helped out. I was not sure who it was that bopped the either bot or rude person. And Kat also checked on the Camp Nano writing resources page, which is where you find the flare. But you had a continuous loading screen for all, but eventually it loaded for the what is camp page. Gotcha. So I did find the workaround. Kat managed to journal a little bit. Jenna is almost done with the business card order. Ooh, nice. So let me ask you, are you using a service like Vistaprint, or are you going with someone else? I don't really know anybody else who makes them. I mean, I'm sure like Staples or Office Depot would probably do them. Things like that. So if you feel like sharing your resources, please do. But if you want to keep them a secret, then go ahead. I know that some people are kind of touchy about where they get things. I see it more in sort of like the artistic, the art community. They're like, they don't want to reveal their manufacturers' names because they don't necessarily want people to like make similar things, because then it like destroys their niche market type of thing, I think is how that. So I've seen some people not reveal their like manufacturers' names until after they're no longer working with them, or they have switched to a new one, whatever the case may be. I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of like not. There's a lot of industry secrets. Megan says, I took the dogs outside and made myself some leftover lobster ravioli. Then I've been working on my next crochet project, mainly getting the pattern set up. Nice. I still have, so I did manage to make 2 more mini dinos one which was not so mini because I used a chenille, sort of a bulkier weight yarn. And so it was a good bit bigger, but that was for the baby. Bestie's baby. And then I have started a head for another mini dino with some safety eyeballs. So, yeah. So small progress, but still same pattern. I have not delved into another pattern yet. I'm like, just let me figure out this one first. BA got 41 words that time. Hey, it's 41 you didn't have before. Hannah got 320, excuse me. Gotta get my head in the zone and stop procrastinating. Yes, that really ought to be like our mantra, shouldn't it? Jenna says, I usually just use Vistaprint unless I go through the local vocational high school. Oh, so they make some too. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that would be an interesting. You can order business cards from Canva. Can you? Oh. Jenna says, I might have to check and compare the prices then. I keep forgetting Canva also does print orders. I did not know Canva did this. So I will also have to look at that. CB says, hello. Hello. Megan says, moo.com also does business cards. You know what? Let's, if you have a moment and you have a recommendation page of like where to look things up, or like resources for you that you like, you're maybe not at the point where you need to order things, but business cards, Vistaprint, Canva, and moo.com. Yeah. You can get posters, mugs, shirts, etc. from Canva. I must have missed that completely because I did not know that at all. Jenna says, some vocational high schools have graphic design departments. Yes, true. Also pair those programs with screen printing and media marketing prints for the cost of materials or a donation to the program. And I kind of lean towards them first as a teacher. That is really cool, though. That is very cool. I like that idea. BA says, I can't remember the price, but I got my cards for eBay on Canva and they turned out great. Okay, nice. So yeah, so I have a whole 4-page spread for like recommendations and things to look up. So I have over on this side, I have manufacturers that people have mentioned before, and I have now put business cards on there in my chicken scratch because it doesn't have to look pretty all the time. It's what I remind myself when I'm like, ooh, my writing's ugly. And I'm like, it doesn't have to look pretty all the time. I just have to be able to read it. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so, okay. I really wish that all the schools did that. I am so glad, though, that sort of like vocational training and vocational schooling options are coming back, because I think it was a real detriment to society as a whole that trade schools took a hit and died in favor of like big 4-year colleges and universities, because like you need professional electricians, you need professional people who are gonna like do the services that we need, and like, I mean, it's a crying shame that people are not paid what they're worth in any profession, but the idea that society has been pushing is that you must go to a 4-year college in order to be able to succeed in life. And that's simply not true. And in fact, there are more people who are in debt because they were forced to go or felt like they were forced to go to a 4-year college or 4-year university and wound up with the degrees in a field that they are not passionate about, or that they then cannot get hired in, or whatever it is. And in the meantime, we have such a dearth of a lack of professionals in so many fields that there's weeks and weeks of waiting time to get something done. But it's just not fair that there is such a bias towards one type of schooling over another. It's ridiculous. But also, like, maybe we should start paying people what they're worth, because we don't do that. And we should, but we don't. In pretty much all the professions. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm just thinking of, like, one, teaching is like very underpaid, but that's, coming from a person who has been a teacher and dealt with the teaching pay. But also just like, I mean, plumbers are well paid, electricians well paid. Once you like get trained and get going, you're good, you're set. But also, like, nobody wants to do like dirty, nasty jobs. And so they should be compensated for doing the dirty, nasty jobs that we need to have done. Anyway, I'm just gonna like get off my soapbox. Everybody already knows that soapbox exists. I don't know why we keep standing on it. Because nothing changes, that's why. Jenna says, some of my students who got certifications as vocational high schoolers are now making more than many of their teachers. Oh, 100%. Yes. Guaranteed. Yes, absolutely. And I feel so proud of them. But at the same time, I'm like, why did I waste my time? Not really waste, but like, why did I have to spend my extra time and money and effort to not be compensated for my work or appreciated for my work, type of thing? It sucks. Anyway, it's not going to change just because I'm complaining about it. So, the moment Camp Nano is over for the month of April, you're going to start being very strict about practicing your handwriting on a daily basis. Gotcha. Agree 100%. Yes. Yeah. Vocational schools, at least over here anyway, are more suited to people with neurodiversity. With this aspect of things, I would agree, because there's such a like set in your ways about academia that is not suited towards flexible learning. And it's frustrating because a lot of the kids that I knew that had neurodivergence of like so many different kinds, but they were so freaking smart. So freaking smart. They could figure out anything you needed. But they constantly had this huge amount of self-criticism and self-doubt because they were told by the traditional academic system that they could not excel, or they did not excel in a particular manner, which was then judged as like the be-all end-all. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Thinking about one particular student who almost broke down in tears during extended time after testing. He's like, why am I so dumb, Miss T? And I'm like, you are not dumb. You are like one of my smartest kids. Do not ever. Anyway, it's heartbreaking. Yes. Tammy says, hello. Hello. Welcome. It's not even that it's dangerous. It's not even that. It's just the fact that teachers are being asked to take on more and more tasks that are not necessarily what they are there to do. But also, they should be fairly compensated for their time, and they are not, because they are put on a salary. They are not paid for the work that they have to do outside of contracted hours. So all of the time spent grading, all of the time spent planning, all of the time spent calling home, all the time spent attending meetings, none of that is really compensated for. And it's frustrating. Angela says, hey, didn't realize we were on. We're on, but we're sort of off topic at the moment. BA says, yes. I think this is in regards to the neurodivergence and the inflexibility of the academic setting. You're streaming at the moment too, but stopping by to say hello. Thank you. And I will try to do the same. Yeah, that's you. So smart, but struggled to doing well in school. Yeah, it's because when we went to sort of like industrialize the schooling system, that's when things started falling apart for individual students. Yeah, 100%. Neurodiverse kids are never allowed to reach their potential, I would say, in a traditional academic setting. They can, but it's very, very hard to do amongst 30 other kids with 30 other learning issues in one classroom with one teacher and a scripted curriculum that must be taught a certain way. Okay, sorry. We're not just teachers, we're therapists, social workers, first aid. Yes. Freaking A, yes. Yes. Angel says, popped over and left some love. Tammy also subscribed. Thank you for sharing all your love. Jenna says, and we're also expected to teach all the skills that parents do not want to or refuse to handle, right? And the school system isn't catching up to meet the needs of the students at all. Right. Yes. Anyway, okay. I'm going to force myself to, and we're going to get back to writing or productivity in my case, because I still need to do the planning for quarter 2 in terms of my Kanban board stickies, and also the Bujo. So, all right, Angela's also headed over to Tracy's plan with me. We'll catch up later. Happy writing. Megan says, if I have kids, I'm probably going to end up homeschooling because I want to give them the education that fits them best. Yeah, and sometimes that's what you can do. But there's a lot about public schooling that is also very good. So you can't knock everything, unfortunately. There's just no perfect answer. That's just how things go. All right, so we're going to do a 30-minute sprint, and it's going to be your self-promo chance. So if you have not done your self-promo for the day, please make sure you get some practice with that in. So if you have a Amazon author name, new books coming out, books that are recently out, if you have social media, websites, blogs, etc., please let us know where to find you. And just remember that if you do not have a Blue Wrench of Power, you will not be able to post direct links. So make sure that you work around that. Also, 1, save your document. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go, 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. Okay. Brain, am I unmuted? Yes. Okay. Don't forget that was the self-promo sprint, so make sure that you do your self-promo. I'm kind of on the fence about my decoration for this coming month. I wanted to do sort of like an April showers theme, but more along the lines of like matching one of my washi tapes. And so I have, I think that I wanted to do this one that's sort of like underwater, but at the same time, like it's not quite what I wanted. I'm thinking, and I'm debating whether or not I just want to like draw or paint the idea that I want, because I wanted kind of more like water droplet ripples, like when water hits the river or something. So I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to use that washi tape. But either way, I have to make room for some sort of decoration. So I have done my calendar in a slightly new format, or slightly new spacing, I should say, because calendar doesn't really change the format. But yeah, so I'm leaving space for either doodles or notes on either side of, I'm leaving a fat margin, I guess is what I should say, on either side and on the bottom. Plus, like April's weird, it has the 1st is on a Saturday and the 30th is on a Sunday. So like you have the extra nubbins on the calendar. So yeah. So I'm just penciling in that, and I was doing like counting and everything, like spacing. Picking one, erasing it, picking another one, erasing it. That same pattern over and over again. But yeah, so the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think I'm probably just going to have to like draw what I want rather than going with a washi tape. And once I draw what I want and I discover what colors it is, that'll sort of determine the other, which like Tombow markers or whatever that I'm going to be using. So, I always try to take the easy way out by doing a washi tape, and then I'm like, but I don't have one that matches perfectly. So I either go shopping or I wind up just like drawing what I want. So so far this year, I've been able to like just use a washi tape, which has been great. But yeah, now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, must draw something. In terms of, I don't have a matching one. So essentially what I kind of want is like, I want the blue version of what I used for February. Like I want, let's see how I can, I want the, does it even pick up? I don't know that it's picking up. There's, okay, maybe I have to get a little there, maybe. Okay, so you see these faint lines? Those are more like water ripples, which is what I echoed up here. Sort of turned out kind of like that, but also kind of like sunrise situation. So I don't know. So I want that, but kind of like in blue, and I don't have one that matches the blue. So I'm just gonna figure out something. I'll figure something out. But anyway, so don't forget that was the self-promo sprint. So let's do some self-promo. Kat says, I'm Kat and I do things. And here is Kat Leo Writing's link tree. You did the promo early, so I wouldn't forget. Right, yeah. Megan says, stitching and bitching. My latest crochet projects. Here it is. Here's the Substack for that post, or you can check out all of Megan's things at linktree/Megan_McCarthy. Here is the tiny URL for the AuthorTube spreadsheet links. Thanks to Epic AuthorTube and other writing communities on Facebook, your Kickstarter is cruising towards $1,000. And here is the Kickstarter for Jenna the Soul Writer. There are 2 gift cards up for grabs with it now. Excellent. Yay. Shadow's Lair says, hey, joining to work on planner today. Excellent. Yes. Get that planner set up. BA says, my stuff is here at www.bapascar.com. Jenna the Soul Writer says, are you in search of a writing coach? Check out this link. And so jennathesoulwriter.com/coach. Tammy says, thank you to Jenna, me, and Kat. You're welcome. Shadow's Lair. Oh yeah, self-promo. On Saturdays, Shadow's Lair does plan and writes at 2 to 3:30 Central. I think that's right. I think I read that correctly. BA says 258 words that time. Excellent. Yay. CB got 147 words. You have upped the ante a bit, and you're doing a 1.5 mil wordy. Goodness gracious, CB. That's a lot of words. Jen the Soul Writer says, finishing up some odds and ends all over the place. You need to get back to some cleaning. Excellent. You were sitting at almost 500K, and it's not even April yet, which is why you upped the ante. Gotcha. Okay. Just remember to relax if you need it. Remember to take a break if you need it. It's supposed to be at 3:30, but you mistyped. Gotcha. Okay. Jenna says, the husband called. Going to keep playing while cleaning as well. Excellent. Yay. You don't have much up right now, though. That's fine. That is fine. All right, let's do another sprinty spread. Oops. There we go. Sort of. Okay. We have done done that one. Okay. I think I want one of HK's let's go with the snail. Okay, so this one's another 30-minute. Make sure that you, 1, save your document or whatever progress you have made. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, I think they put some extra chlorine or something in the tap water. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I have found some vector drawings that are more along the lines of what I want in terms of like decorations of puddles, droplets into puddles situations. So I've started um, tracing those because I don't feel like trying to recreate it just by looking. At least not yet. Maybe on the weekly pages I will, but for now, gotta make sure it looks right. But yeah, so got that. I've gotten 2 of them traced, and then I went back in and like rotated the image so that I can sort of like have a variety. CB has a question. Would Tony Stark play Quidditch if he attended Hogwarts, or would he be more interested in pranking and studying? I think he would do all of the above. I don't think he would limit himself. So, Kat says, why not both? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. I am doing well, like in terms of like just kind of plugging along, getting this either sketched or traced out. I'm trying to decide also if I want to do like a Dutch door situation for the weeklies. I think I would like to try it. So I also have to plan out how I want to do that. Yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking for April. BA says slow progress in that one, but 126 more words. Excellent. Good. CB says, okay, he probably would do both, but I don't know if Pepper would try out for the team with him. I don't know that she would. At least, well, I'm thinking of movie Pepper. I'm not thinking of like necessarily comic book because I don't have that much access to the comic books. I'm thinking no, she would be more of like the super serious, studious kind. Or like maybe hang out with the Hufflepuffs or something. But like not necessarily on the athletic field type thing. Hannah says 515 that time. Nice. Really having to make a conscious effort not to grab my phone and scroll. Yes, one of those days. Yes. CB says 140 words. Excellent. Pepper's scared of heights. Yeah, that would kind of rule you out of the Quidditch team for sure. So, all right. Let's do another one. Continuing with some of HK's cute aesthetic timers. This one's the penguin. All right, so 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. You thinking you might have her on the commentary team? Yeah. I would think that would suit a bit more. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. Penguin timer. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How are we doing? I have started drawing in the, I hope I didn't smear that. I've started drawing in the water droplets. And I'm using several pens. So I'm using like a teal color, a navy sort of, but it's got like a little bit of purple in it. And then I'm using a different, like more greener shade of teal. So at the moment, that's what I'm going with. I decided to start with those on the bottom. I kind of like how they look, just sort of like plain. So I don't know if I should go in with sort of like a pale blue in the background or if I should leave them as is. So I don't know. I'm debating like I always do. So that's how it's going. I have one more of the big droplets to go. And then I also have to decide whether or not I want to add sort of like falling raindrops or if I just want to leave it as the splashes in the water. So. Kate said, hello, coming in late to work on project Prices. Nice. And you managed to get 236 words on Prices Chapter 5. Excellent. Stevie said, this version of Tony is petrified of spiders. And you have to go IRL life stuff calls. Gotcha. All right, we have 15 minutes left. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my channel and find one of our 15 timers. We're going to go with our fancy purple platypus. Okay, so 1, save your document and all the progress that you've been making. 2, make sure that if you have something to hydrate with, go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Shadowzar says, my clever planner is being filled in for April. Woot! BA says, hello, it's me, still struggling to write down on paper. Yeah, same. So 15 minutes. 1, save. 2, sip. 3, straighten your spine. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. So 15 minutes. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I think I have figured out what I want to do with the background, at least somewhat. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a horizon and then add some sort of like faded farther away ripples that are sort of like the bottom of these. And then maybe put some, I don't know what I'll do above that line, but I'll do something. I also decided on a Tombow color for sort of like the darker or brighter blue. Anyway, have not decided what color I'm going to do the calendar boxes. I'm thinking maybe the darkest of the blue pens, but yeah. So anyway, why does it always take forever to do this? I don't know. Maybe because I'm not confident in drawing skill, and so I have to trace things. That's probably part of it. But anyway, you have finished planning stuff for now, so thanks. You're welcome. Okay, y'all, don't forget, pinned to the top of the chat is the Storytellers Hearth Weekend Relay Productivity Playlist. I think the closing chat is, I can't remember if it's at 6 or 8 p.m. tonight, but it is sometime, so there is still a little bit of productivity left. Excuse me. And you can also check the description for the regular tinyurl link for the spreadsheet. Okay, hiccups. So yeah, don't forget to save. Don't forget to take a sip of whatever it is you're going to hydrate with, and have the fun. Hopefully, I will get rid of the hiccups in short order. Excuse me. Okay, add another 100 words. Yay! Excellent. I will see y'all on Monday for the last week of March. So yeah, this is we're entering week 13, y'all, which is kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.